Well, that's it for today. I have the toolbox just sitting in there. It's kind of held down with self-tap screws. Got the chair, passenger seat mounted to the toolbox just so I could locate my backrest. So there's one little tab there, and then on the back side, these are on hinges, so you can pull this forward, and it's supposed to have a safety chain to stop you from hitting the windshield, but that safety tab needed to be located here too. It's really hard to see because of the daylight going down, but this is the tab for the driver's side. I have to straighten that one out. They don't make them, so that's for another day. I actually took the entire week off just so I could come out here and play on my Jeep, not go to work. You know, everybody needs a vacation once in a while. These were green, and I just put some Rust-Oleum on them. I'm going to sand down the handle here later on and paint that, flip it over and do the other side. Getting to a point right now where I'm finally running out of parts, which is what I exactly want to see with this guy. Doing this one-handed, sorry. Yep, still a little wet. Maybe I'm not going to do this. Alright, so this is what's left of my forward floor pan. These pieces kind of go right here, but underneath, and that is what is left of, actually these go about right here. That's what's left of the original floor pan. So I went and bought a MD1 floor pan replacement. It doesn't quite fit right. I do have to do some relief cuts right here to get that split a little bit. I'd already do some banging over there. If I let this up, it's going to fling up because it's stressed. So I'll probably have to do another relief cut here to help ease the tension on it. Forward portion. Put this in the sunlight here. So, alright. These, this piece, top one, obviously is the original, but I had to bend it a little bit on the bottom one, and you can see that it's not a exact. It's too big. As you can see, I have to do some relief cuts. I have to do all kinds of stuff here to make this one fit, but I'd rather use the new one than the old one. The old one's got rust all throughout. I mean, this piece here I probably could use, but it goes right here. It doesn't want to line up. That one goes here. Might be less work actually to use the old blue one. Alright, this panel back here, this here was sent from a gentleman down in Texas. He just shipped it to me the other day. So I need to cut all of this out, this whole hump, because they don't have it. The original floor was gone, and then I cut out what was left, and there was no piece like this, and that covers over where the transfer case is. So I'm going to go ahead and try to salvage this part and then install it on my floor. I have really good daylight here. Right here is where the new panel goes to, and I'm going to have to do some cut all around here, so this is going to stick out just a tiny bit on both sides, just so I can mount. And that floor hump section is going to go right here, so I do need to do some relief cuts here too, but I want to cut the other end out. Sometimes feel like I'm playing one of those like Jenga games that you can only take pieces out at a time before it'll collapse on you. So what I'm doing right now is I have placed that floor panel in there, which as you can see I have to repair because it was rusted and he couldn't save that part. Bolted that panel in a little bit, just a couple, which allows me to place this panel just a bit, and then it helps me align this one as much as I can. It doesn't do exactly what I want, but that's fine because I can always move my holes to match. I've got this old CJ tank in here, which I am going to replace. It'll probably work for what I'm doing, but it's time for it to go. And what I was worried about is right here. But I think it'll be fine. There's like no clearance right here, but there's also hardware stuck up under here. I've got 3 layers of metal. I do have to trace that out and then get cutting the piece below it. Then that panel here goes and bridges right there. So I got a lot of work to do. Let me tell you, major bonehead move. I went to put in the front axle, so I lifted this end up with my engine hoist, and should have lowered the rear jack stands down to the lowest setting, just to give me that angle. And I was just about ready to push this in, and this whole thing came crashing down. So I wasn't near it. I was actually way up forward over here, and I just watched it slow motion go and land on the leaf springs. It's fine. Which it's actually kind of a blessing in disguise. I have a little bit more room back here, so when I go to put the rear axle in after that's done, I can slide it through, picking it up and then just sliding this whole thing. So that'll be a lot better, and then I can roll the Jeep all around. I'm gonna close this video out because it's ridiculous how much has happened. There is no rhyme and reason to it. I've been on leave, which is vacation for all y'all. I've been on leave for a week, and I've been trying to do work on here. Obviously with the pickup truck today, did her brakes on that Dodge Dakota. It's a 20-year-old vehicle, and then it blew a water pump right in my driveway. So don't judge me. I still gotta grind this down right here. Looks like bubble gum, and back there really doesn't matter, but I'm gonna make it look nicer. I'm gonna weld that down. Fix the front floor pans here, because there's the gaps from the new panel to the old panel. And that's pretty much it for the body, except for my bonehead move here, where I put the seam on the outside. But I can fix that. I just need to grind that down. And let's see, what else? The holes here are all fine. That I've got to take those out and spot weld. These 3 I think I got to plug still. Don't know what some of these are for, so I'm gonna go look in my book. And let's see, front fender is jacked up. That corner, this is all bowed in from where it's been hit before. I gotta replace all of that, or at least bang this down and replace that corner. And then up front, on this one, I'm gonna cut that little bit out and put a new corner in. And then this has been damaged. I might be able to hammer that down, or I might just leave it. I don't know. Let me go grab the other fender. I'm giving her a little bit of a bottle. Actually, I went to Tractor Supply. Got these cool little spouts. They're flexible, and they got a cap on them. So if I don't use it all, I can still put that cap on the end there. Still waiting for this. It's super viscous. So, alright. Other fender. This one's in much better shape. Got a little bit of a proud section here with a little bit of rust. Maybe take care of the brace, obviously, that goes here. Is ruined. Pop rivets from whatever. That'll probably wire wheel up. and got a wire wheel, so we're fine. This under is going to be a lot easier to deal with. So I can't move on to like paint or anything like that on here until I have fenders and hood aligned properly. I learned my lesson with the F100, so I've got a lot of work to do still. I feel like I'm on a marathon. Well, I'm still working. I didn't close the video like I thought. Alright, so let me talk about the welder real quick. This is a Hobart Handler 140, and I've had this thing for probably 5-6 years. I've done a lot of welding with it. I'm gonna pop this off here, but this part right here turns out wore down. You can see this top groove here. It's got a nice ridge in there. Well, that was causing the wire to get stuck and break, like right here all the time, and it would just constantly be wasting wire. So it turns out I can actually flip it over, and it's the same size. So now I'm going to use that end, and as soon as I did that, man, my welds, even with the flux core, improved significantly. I'm about out of wire here, going to get some more, but the panel here I'm working on, penetration is way better and just not wasting as much, so everything seems to be fitting nice. I'm going to button this up. I was doing a test fit here. I've got plenty of room between the two. And that would explain why my welds over here were just garbage. I mean, it's on the floor pan, no one's going to see it anyway, but man, what a pain. So I'm looking forward to using the welder a little bit more with current work. So I've got to grind that little bubble down. That's when I found out the thing was broke. And start stitching this all together. And then plug weld here. And then I've got another panel that goes right here that butts up. So that's my plan for today only. The darkness is deceiving. It is only 5 p.m. It's December 6th. Alright, I've got a little bit of primer just running on it right now. I did finally get this panel put in. You know, it's got some pinholes. I gotta fix those. Like there's one right here. There. That was an old hole. A little bit of unevenness right here to there, but I'm alright with it. When I put the axe in, ain't nobody gonna look. And this is not an expensive rebuild. Axe sheath goes here. There's a thicker plate behind this. Alright, that's that. A friend of mine sent me a gift. So actually I already know what this is, but I want to show you. Let me set you up so you can see it. It is a little chilly out. So a friend of mine runs a company. She retired from the Coast Guard a couple years ago. We were stationed together at my first unit 22 years ago, and she owns this business now making custom vinyl stickers and mugs and stuff like that, patches. This knife is terrible. Oh my gosh, can't get through the plastic. Oh my gosh. Package inside a package. Kaz Creations LLC. So her name's Arrene. We used to call her my sea mama. That was a terrible E3, E4. And she used to grab me by the throat and tell me to shut up, do what I was told. And can't replace friends like that. There we go. This is salty for Salty Jeep. It's actually going to go over on the windshield when I fix it. I'll go over there. We are going to put it somewhere in there. Alright, that's all.